Hello, my name is Maddie, or Books with Maddie, and today we're playing April deck of TBR. Okay, so it is almost April. I don't know exactly when this will be posted. Probably a little bit earlier than usual because I'm ahead of the game this month. With that said, I did not post a TBR last month, which some of you might have noticed. I did that because I was dying in homework from school, and so I just literally had no time to film and edit a deck of TBR video. So I ended up combining my March TBR with what I had from February, which was a good idea because I had read no books in February that were for a deck of TBR, so I would have had a lot of punishments. Turns out I didn't read them in March either. So we have a bit of a conversation to have about what books I'm reading in April. Because I'm doing this a little bit earlier than usual, I'm going to predict how many punishments I will have to have for this month, which might not be accurate, the amount of punishments that I'll actually have. So I will fix that in the following month. So in my June, oh my gosh, June TBR. June? Oh my gosh. In my June TBR, I will fix any mistakes that I make in this TBR, which is what I usually do because I always make mistakes, but I just like, there might be more prevalent this time. I'm trying a new angle because the sun is being annoying, but it's not my favorite. Okay, this is okay. So, with that said, I'm gonna go over what the punishments are looking like for this month. So I had 7 books that I was supposed to read in February/March. School started at the end of January into February, and it really messed things up for me because I'm an English major, so I'm having to read a lot of books for school, and I'm a senior, so I have to read a lot of books for school. And it just leaves me no free time to read, and my reading energy is just drained in February and March. And I definitely have gotten out of that slump now. I'm definitely having like a more passion for reading, but the books that I am reading are to catch up on like book club stuff and arcs, so I really haven't had the time to prioritize deck of TBR. So out of the 7 books that I read, that I was supposed to read, I have read 2 of them, and that was Ring Shout and Where Dreams Descend. I started Where the Crawdads Sing. No, what? Where the Crawdads Sing? Where'd that come from? I meant to say The House on the Cerulean Sea. The House on the Cerulean Sea is one that I started, and I'm hoping to finish that. And and today that I'm filming this is the 23rd. How many days are there in March? 31? Or 30? Let's check. Today's the 24th, actually. So I have exactly a week, including today, until the end of March. So I have 7 days. So I will definitely be able to read at least one more book because this is my spring break. My spring break starts tomorrow, Friday. So I have time. That would be 3 then out of 7, so it would be 4 unread, so that would be 2 punishments. So yeah, I'm comfortable with adding on 2 punishments, which would lead to 7 for next month. That shouldn't be too bad. April, for some reason I feel like I can do it because it's April. I feel like February and March are always my worst months because I'm not only starting school and figuring that out, but I'm also recovering from the crunch time at the end of the year to read my reading goal and stuff. So with that said, we're gonna pick 7 picks this month. I have a journal now where I write down notes from what I do in videos so that I remember them next month, like my TBRs and stuff. So I have a pen and I have a notebook, and I'm gonna be super organized and everything, and it's gonna be so great. So if you see me writing and talking, and that's why. Okay, I'm gonna now play the game that I play every month, Deck of TBR. We're playing it now. I'm genuinely procrastinating putting that stupid board up, but this is not working. This stupid binder clip string thing. Honestly, I've done a very good job. I've done a very good job right now. It's staying up so well. Literally, you can't see it. It's very tediously hanging by 2 threads and a piece of masking tape. I'm so proud of how far we've come. The only 2 books that I want to get on my TBR, or like want to try to get on my TBR for this month, are The Night Circus by Erin Morgenstern and The Atlas 6 by Olivia Blake. I'm out of breath. For the book club that I'm in, The Atlas 6 was what we were supposed to read in March, I think, because I'm finishing the February book now. We were supposed to read that LS6 in March. I didn't get the chance. I'm gonna try to read it in April, and then the April pick is The Night Circus. So I would like to get one of these on my TBR so that I can kind of combine those into one priority. Okay, why am I so out of breath? The anxiety of putting that board up, I'm telling you, it's the most stressful part of my life. We have these giant cards again. I really don't know what's going on with shuffling and with those things. We had to shuffle a bunch last time. Where did I put my pen? Okay, the pen has been located. We're gonna start now. We're just gonna start. We're gonna pick the first card on top. 3, 2, 1, go. 9 of diamonds. 9 of diamonds. 9 of diamonds is a book with a book with the name in the title, like a person's name. Okay, let me look around. So what I think I'm gonna go with is Escaping from Houdini by Carrie Maniscalco. I'm not sure that I have the emotional capacity for this book this month, at least right now. But I'm putting it on because I just need to read this book. Like, I just need to get it out of the way so that I can get to Capturing the Devil. Obviously, Houdini, name in the title. I'm, like, not super pumped about this, which is such a shame because I love Carrie Maniscalco, but I just have not heard very good things about this book, which is why I did not get to read it last year when I was supposed to. But I'm really hoping to get through it this month, or next month, April. So I'm putting it on my TBR. I'm putting it into the universe. I'm going to read it, I think. I hope I get to it, because I just need to get it out of the way. Okay, so we've got 1 down. How many are we picking this month? Did we ever figure that out? I think 7, because we normally pick 5, and then we have 2 punishments. Okay. Next, 3, 2, 1. 3 of diamonds. Lots of diamonds. Oh, I didn't replace the prompt. Give me a moment. First, we're gonna replace it. This is the last one in here, and it's an under 250 page book. That's for the 9 of diamonds, and then 3 of diamonds. Okay, so 8 is the author last name. Basically what this means is I'm going to randomly generate a letter A through Z, and the letter that comes up, I will have to pick a book whose author's last name starts with that letter. Did that make sense? Did I explain it right? So for example, if I randomly generate a B, I could read Lee Bardugo. Okay? So the letter is gonna come out. Oh! What the? Okay, sorry. The letter is gonna come out here. That's an R, but it's not. That's just what it was already. 3, 2, 1. N. Okay. Okay, the last name of who starts with an N. Literally not a single person is coming to mind. Luckily, I have this organized in alphabetical order. Okay, there was a delay. I had to go do something. So now the lighting is different and the board is falling down. But I did find 4 books that the author's last name starts with an N. I don't know which one I'm gonna choose, but here are the options. We have The First 15 Lives of Harry August by Claire North. We have Beheld by Tara Shia Nesbitt. We have Little Fires Everywhere by Celeste Ng, and The Life of Never Letting Go by Patrick Ness. I'm gonna rule this one out simply because of the length. It is 500 pages. That's a no. I believe the shortest is probably Beheld, but it's probably also the slowest pace, I'm guessing, simply because of the genre, historical fiction. It's not even 300 pages though, so like that might be the one I go with. Little Fires Everywhere is supposed to be like so good. So honestly, I probably will go with this. This one is just intimidating. Okay, well, I'm gonna go with Little Fires Everywhere by Celeste Ng, and not gonna even second guess it. Okay, next, picking another card, trying to erase the sun falling. Okay, 3, 2, 1. 3 clubs. The reason I made that noise was because that is 2 3s in a row, which means we have to pick another card. And I'm more mad about it because the sun is setting rapidly than the fact that I have to read another book. Okay, well, let's look at what 3 of clubs is. We're not replacing the 3 of diamonds prompt at the moment because I have to like reset the whole folder thingy and I don't have the capacity. 3 of I have to, oh gosh, read a book from someone else's shelf. That is effort. I'm probably going to text somebody from my book club and get a book from their shelves. What book that is going to be, I'm not sure. We're gonna come back to this. We are going to circle back to this at the end of the video. I can't deal with it right now. We're gonna come back to this. We do have to pick an extra prompt, so that's 8 now, but we've picked 3. But we have to pick 5 more. Oh my gosh, that's not good news. Okay, 3, 2, 1, Jack. Okay, that's TBR jar. I'm not going to panic about it being updated. I updated it last video, and I don't think I bought any new books since then, which is a huge accomplishment. So, wait, last video was 2 months ago. Have I really not bought what am I trying to say? No new books in 2 months? It might be possible. I'm very broke right now. I'm not going to worry about it, though. I'm just going to reach in and pull one out. Please let it be a good one. I never get good ones from this. Guys, this is 2 months in a row this has happened. Little fires everywhere. This is so weird. In February, I picked out a book that I was going to read that month. There's something weird about this game, y'all. And if you have been watching this since this started 2 years ago, you know there's always been something weird about this game where something weird always happens. There was a whole curse for an entire year of my life. This game was cursed. I'm telling you, something weird is going on with this game. I swear on my life, like, I just picked that out. And that happened in February, too, with Cuckoo Song, where I literally chose Cuckoo Song for a prompt and then picked one out of the jar, and it was literally Cuckoo Song. That is so freaking weird. Like, do you see how many are in here? There's so many in here. Like hundreds. Like 300 plus in here. That is so weird. Okay, I'm picking another one. That's literally so weird. Okay. I'm closing my eyes. I've already got this book. It's slated. Already read it. Bye. Okay. Next. We're picking... Did one fall out? No. Okay, Gideon the Ninth. That is a challenging book. So Gideon the Ninth by Tasman Muir is a high fantasy book about lesbian necromancers in space, which is amazing. And I love that concept, but this book is so intimidating to me because I've just heard it's very challenging, and I don't read a lot of high fantasy, so I feel challenged by it, but I also feel excited. I've been really wanting for a long time to read this, so I am pretty happy with that. I'm still freaked out about the Little Fires Everywhere thing, but I'm excited for this. Okay, just moving on past that weird thing. We have... What is that? This is our 5th pick. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Ugh. Why? Okay, that's 2 Jacks in a row. What is going on? Like, I specifically designed this game. I changed it so that it's not cursed anymore, so that it's very, very difficult for cards to be picked next to each other. The same cards we pick next to each other, because cards are not shuffled back in. I put them in a special drawer until I get a shuffle prompt. So the fact that this has happened twice is a bit strange. I don't like it. That's 9 books this month. Okay, pick another one. 3, 2, 1. Oh no. Okay, I got Invisible Monsters by Chuck Palahniuk. He is the author of Fight Club. So don't judge me for owning this book. My local Barnes & Noble was doing one of those things where it's like invisible date with a book, and you pick, it gives you the description of the book, like briefly, or just like general concepts about the book without like the author or any specific character names. You buy it, you unwrap it, you get a book. This is the first time I ever did that, and I got this. Now, I have nothing against Chuck Palahniuk or Fight Club. It just seems like most of the things he writes are geared towards men, This one, the first line is, she's a fashion model who is everything. A boyfriend, a career, a loyal best friend. Like, it sounds like he's trying really hard to write for women, but he only knows how to write for men. I really don't remember what this is about. People are like robots or something. It is what it is. Moving on. I have no emotion anymore. Just deck of TBR. 3, 2, 1. 4 of Hearts. Okay, that's genre. So, what genre do we have to pick from? Poetry. Okay, that's good. I can do that. I believe I only have one poetry book that on my shelf that I haven't read, which is Call Us What We Carry by Amanda Gorman. Okay, sorry. Amanda Gorman was the girl who Amanda Gorman was the girl who spoke at, what's his name? Joe Biden. Joe Biden's inauguration. She read the poem, which was very good. And this is her newer collection, I believe. I believe it came out this year, 2021, last year. It's supposed to be amazing and everything, so I'm very excited to read that. I'm usually not a big fan of poetry, but I have really high hopes for this one because I loved the poetry that she read at the inauguration. So that's actually a good one. Thank you, Deca TBR, for giving us a good one. Okay, I experienced another delay in filming, so it's even later now. And honestly, if I shift more this way, I should be able, in theory, to get some good lighting. Oh, okay, this is great. Can you even see the board now? Could you ever see the board? So how many books do we have to pick at this point? I'm disoriented. I haven't been writing things in my notebook. Okay, so we were supposed to pick 7. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 6, but then we got 2 punishments, so we have to pick 9. Am I forgetting any punishments? I don't think so. Let's just pick another card and see what happens. Okay, 3, 2, 1. That really sucks. That really sucks. That really, 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 really sucks. Like, can we just take a moment to remember that last June I got bomb books, and I have had 3 bomb books since that I have not read. Okay, this time we're taking it seriously, and I'm gonna read it this month. By the way, Joker means bomb book. My bomb book right now is My Dark Vanessa. My Dark Vanessa by Kate Elizabeth Russell. I was so graciously sent this by one of the subscribers. This is supposed to be a pretty heavy and devastating read. So, okay, here's the thing. I'm going to read it this month. I'm scared, and I'm gonna make a vlog, but I always make a vlog when I'm reading a bomb book. I haven't finished any of them, obviously, because you haven't seen them, but I will read all of my bomb books this year that I have to catch up on. Like, because I want to be like, oh, I have to read it this month or else there's a more extreme punishment. The thing about bomb books are my criteria for picking them is kind of like a really emotionally heavy book that I pick because it's supposed to be really moving, but it's also supposed to be pretty emotionally damaging, such as A Little Life, It Ends With Us, Song of Achilles, My Dark Vanessa. These are all supposed to be amazing books, but really, really heavy, and so I never want to force myself through an emotionally heavy and potentially triggering book, and so I never want to be like, I have to read it this month. But at this point, I might be leaning towards that. So I definitely will at least start this month. The concept of bomb books is also that I'm reading a book that I don't want to read. I mean, I want to read this book to have the experience of it, to have this under my belt, because this is supposed to be a really, really powerful book, but it's one that I'm dreading reading because I'm scared to. So obviously it's going to be, that's why all of these are delayed. And now they're all building up and it's going to be worse. So with that said, I'm just going to, it's going on the TBR. This is a terrible TBR month. As far as the next bomb book, I'm going to wait to announce that until next month because I don't have one off the top of my head, and I know there's one that I was thinking of, but I can't remember what it was off the top of my head, so I'm going to replace that next month. In the meantime, we have to replace the 3 of clubs, which we will replace with Shuffle Your Spotify. I love this prompt. I just basically shuffle all of my like songs and then pick a book that I think relates to whatever song gets shuffled. Okay, so next we are on book, man, I wish I'd been keeping track of this. Like, I really had the whole 9 yards, the notebook, everything. I'm gonna try to catch up on my notebook. Okay, notebook has been updated. We need to pick 2 more cards and then we're done. This has been a terrible round of deck of TBR. Let's get it over with. 3, 2, 1. That is no. I'm done. That's an absolute no-no. That's a no-no. What do I do? Do you know what I just said to myself as I was writing down this in my notebook? I write down my picks, okay? And I was like, okay, good thing I can't get a double again. The only way to get a double is if I pick another joker, and that would be ridiculous. Picking 2 jokers in a row, that would be ridiculous. I did it. I did the impossible. I freaking did it. So the reason there are 2 jokers in this deck is because there is a cursed card on this shebang, and it causes me every time I get it to put a joker in the deck. So there are only 2 jokers in the deck, and luckily now I will only shuffle 1 back in. But the real frustrating part about this situation is that because I picked 2 jokers in a row, not only do I have to read 2 bomb books, but I have to add another draw. The crazy thing is, like, there's no way this is shuffled in a certain way that it was like this is a brand new deck of cards. Like, we've played games with these cards, and if you recall in February deck of TBR, I had to reshuffle this deck about 4 times. How many times did I actually have to reshuffle it? 1, okay, 2. I thought it was a lot more. But still, that means that cards would have been separated. It's highly unlikely that this would happen. Do I even need to explain this anymore? I feel like the amount of time that's highly unlikely in regards to deck of TBR is pretty enormous. So, I don't know exactly what I'm going to read for my bomb book. Like, I literally just said I don't know what book I was going to pick. I might have been Ugly Love. But honestly, I'm not worried about that right now. I'm going to pick the other 2 cards because I'll have to analyze my bookshelf and figure out what that book was going to be and see if I even have it. I'm so frustrated. We're literally just moving on. We're just going to pick the next card. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Okay, no. I just forgot to put it in the drawer. I just put it back on top. No. 3, 2, 1. 3 of Spades. Favorite trope. I don't know what my favorite trope is. I'm cold. I'm physically cold from this game because there's a freaking spirit cursing this freaking game. You know what? This game, you know what this game makes me believe? I believe only because of Deck of TBR that we are in a simulation, because there's literally no other reasonable explanation for this occurrence, is that we're in a simulation and the freaking people out there are just messing with me. So you've heard it here first, people. Confirmation, we are in a simulation. That's so crazy of us. Oh no, why do I feel like I have no books? Like, these are not books I want to read. Oh, I just thought of a book I want to read. Hang on, let me see if it has my favorite trope. Okay, I'm reading this book, Anatomy of Love Story by Dana Schwartz. This just came out in February, and it was 50% off at Barnes & Noble, so I bought it. But this is basically, has many of tropes that I love. Historical fiction, women being really cool, and women named Hazel are the 3 tropes that I've decided are now my favorite trope. The main character's name is Hazel, and I love that name because Hazel from Josh and Hazel's Guide to Not Dating, and Hazel from Lovely War. Those are 2 of my favorite books of all time. They're in my top 10 favorite books of all time. 2 named Hazel. Well, I always read books with people named Hazel. So my new favorite trope is people named Hazel. Just give me this, okay? Just give it to me, because let me read a book that I want to read for once. Okay, we have one more. Is that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 plus the Joker 1, 10. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Didn't we just pick a 3? Which means that we've picked all 4 possible 3s this round. And 2 of the... In both of the times we've picked 3s, they've been in a row. This makes me question so many things. What did I just pick? A 3 of hearts? Well, now we know for sure that we can't get a double because there's literally no more possible 3s for us to pick. I immediately forgot the suit again. 3 of hearts. Retelling. Oh, we didn't take poetry off either. We're a mess. We are a mess. We didn't take favorite trope off. We are a mess. Let's first replace these with thriller and romance. And then replace prompt from book. Oh my gosh! Do you see what's happening to me? I have donned a sweater because I'm literally freezing. And what I've decided to go with is, calm down, is Batman Scott Nightwalker by Marie Lu. I recently got the whole collection of the DC icons thrifted, and this one is a retelling of Batman, obviously. And it's only 250 pages, and it's written by Marie Lu, and so I'm thinking it'll be pretty easy to get through. I read the Wonder Woman one by Leigh Bardugo last year, or maybe 2 years ago, and I really loved it. I'm not super into DC superheroes or Batman, literally at all. I've never seen a Batman movie in my life. So I have literally no idea what my opinion of this is going to be. I have no thoughts about it, except that I adore Marie Lu. So I'm just going for it. This is the only retelling that I could find on my shelf that seems slightly tolerable. We have to pick one more card. It is literally not possible for us to get a double because we've picked all of the 3s. So we're just gonna hope that we end on a good note with the 7 of diamonds. I hate this prompt so much. In fact, it's such an old prompt that I might change it out. So when I used to do this thing where I had a shelf on Goodreads, it still exists, I believe, and it was called my Want to Read Again shelf, and it was just old books that I used to read and I wanted to read again because I didn't remember how they went or stuff like that. I don't honestly know if I still have that shelf. I read a bunch of books from that shelf last year. I haven't updated it in forever. So honestly, I don't even think this prompt is possible. I'm probably going to throw it out. So instead, we will pick one from this. This is going to be empty, isn't it? This is the worst possible scenario we have encountered. I have a little box of all of the prompts. When I take them out of here, I put them in that box. I found it. I literally found the box. I'm a genius. Okay, hang on. Okay, the pocket thingy has been restocked. Can you see it? Lovely. I'm gonna reach in. This is for posterity so that everybody knows I'm not cheating. I'm gonna pick out a random one. The newest published book that I own. To be honest, it's probably Anatomy by Dana Schwartz, a book that I'm already reading. Frank. You know what? I'm gonna cheat. I'm absolutely gonna cheat. And I don't care anymore. I'm choosing the Atlas 6 by L.V. Blake because this is, in fact, not the version of the book that I'm going to be reading. So, this was self-published in 2020? I thought it was longer than that. Okay, this was self-published in 2020. And then the rights to it were bought by, I believe, Macmillan. And it was republished with some changes, like, this month, like a couple weeks ago. And that's the version of the book that my book club is reading. I actually have to buy the other version. So I'm choosing that because that is the most recently published book I literally own, because I'll own the newer edition, which came out in March. So sue me. Is that really cheating? I don't think so. Okay, let me compose myself and then come back to you. Okay, I have gathered myself. It's been a minute. Why has the lighting gotten better, though? Weird. Anyway, so we have 2 blanks in this month's TBR. One is for the bomb book and the other is for a book that I have to read from somebody else's shelf. I've decided, so I don't want to be buying new books right now because I have a lot of books that I need to read. And so I tried to find a book on my bookshelf that would kind of fit the idea of a bomb book, and I did a little bit of digging and stuff. Basically just searched books similar to A Little Life, because any book similar to A Little Life is definitely a bomb book. And on many of the lists was On Earth We're Briefly Gorgeous by Ocean Wong. This is supposed to be very, very emotional, and I have been very scared to read it. I've had this book for almost 3 years, and I've been terrified to read it because it just seems very emotionally toilsome, but beautiful at the same time. And so this is what I'm going to go to for the other bomb book. Do leave some comments down below of some other emotionally hard but necessary books that I should read for bomb books. I know, like, All Your Perfects, Ugly Love by Colleen Hoover, like, those are kind of obvious ones, but I haven't read It Ends With Us yet, which is one of my bomb books, so I don't want to read another Colleen Hoover when I haven't even read the one that I'm supposed to read. So I'm gonna go with On Earth We're Briefly Gorgeous. Yeah, so for the other bomb book. I'm, like, so out of it right now, sorry. So for a book from somebody else's shelf, I'm going to text the group chat that is by book club, and whoever responds first gets to pick a book from their shelves for me to read. And I don't know how that will go, but we're gonna see how it goes, because I can't pick another book. I need somebody to pick a book for me. So unfortunately, the worst case scenario happened. I specifically chose this time to text in the group chat because my friend Sarah wants me to read the book You by Caroline Caroline, I can't remember her last name. Kepnes? Is that right? That doesn't sound right. I don't know why. But she's not been responding in the group chat. I thought she was at work. So I was like, I'm going to text right now when other people are active, because they'll choose a nice book for me. I immediately say, okay, so one of the prompts I got is I have to read a book from someone else's shelf. Immediately she sends You. Not the book I want to read. So that is the book. I said somebody else was going to choose it, though, so that's what I'm going with. And I don't even have the energy to fight that anymore. How many books am I reading this month? 10? I really want to actually try to read them all. The last thing that we have to do, though, is rank these books. But I do need a placeholder for You. Clap when you land. You. It's going to represent You by Caroline Kepnes? Why does that feel like it... Why can't I speak? Why do I feel like it has a Y in it? I don't know. It doesn't matter. I'm going to rank these now. And I don't have any where to start, because I haven't thought this out. I've just turned on the camera. So, wow. We have a lot to work with. So, I'm standing now because my books are on my chair. This is the order that I've selected. So we have Invisible Monsters, You, Batman, Call Us What We Carry. Is this On Earth We're Briefly Gorgeous? I think so. Gideon the Ninth, The Atlas 6, My Dark Vanessa, Escaping from Didi, Little Fires Everywhere, Anatomy. Oh my gosh. They're so heavy. Okay. This has been the worst TBR video in a minute. We had some good rounds. The simulation gave us a break for a while. We had a good streak going on for a minute there. I really don't know how to close this video. I'm sorry. I've been filming for like 3 hours, so I apologize if I seem a little out of it. Feel free to like and subscribe if you feel so inclined. I do a deck of TBR video every single month, so stay tuned. You can watch them, you can comment on them. Sometimes there's interactive things that you can do, polls and things that I have sometimes, so if you subscribe, then you'll be notified of that. You can follow me on Instagram and Twitter. Sometimes I do polls there for deck of TBR. You can be an influential part of this chaotic game. Other than that, though, I really do hope you enjoyed this. I see your comments about the chaos. You like it. So I'm not even going to apologize for it this time. I usually say sorry for the chaos, but I'm not going to apologize for it, because this is what you want, apparently. Thanks for watching. I gotta go now, but I hope you have a great day. I hope you have a great life. I hope you have a great day. I hope you have a great week. I hope you have a great life. I hope you do well. Do well. Goodbye. Goodbye. Bye-bye. See you soon. Bye.